15 years ago, residents incorporated Shoreline as a city so they could receive better, even exceptional services for their tax dollar. The city of Shoreline has worked hard to meet residents' expectations since that time, and Shoreline families, neighborhoods, and businesses have much to be proud of. In fact, in 2005 and 2008, Seattle Magazine ranked Shoreline the #1 best neighborhood in the greater Seattle area. It's gratifying when an independent source says you're a great community, but it's even better when residents think so. In the last survey, 93% of our residents said that Shoreline is a great place to live. Take a look at how Shoreline compares with other cities in the region. Shoreline ranks well above the average, indicating that residents enjoy a high quality of life. The residents of Shoreline deserve credit for making the decision to become a city. This has resulted in tax dollars staying locally and being invested right here. The positive impacts of this can be seen through the many important operational services Shoreline now provides directly and locally to its residents. When Shoreline was part of unincorporated King County, it was difficult for residents and contractors to obtain building permits. Going to Renton was difficult and time-consuming. Today, these services are provided right here at City Hall by the Planning and Development Services Department.
Part of our overall goal is to provide ombudsman services or a point of contact for all the citizens in Shoreline, so they're open to walk in, review our handout information, meet with any of the staff here in our Permit Services Center. We help them through the submittal criteria, what type of items they need to submit in terms of plans and specifications. A lot of that can be very confusing and daunting for just the homeowner coming in, so we try and identify those things early in the process so they can go out and prepare a complete submittal for our review.
One of the most important functions of a government is to ensure that people are protected. Requiring building permits and inspections ensures that buildings are structurally sound, they don't pose a fire hazard, and that they meet the community's zoning codes.
These inspections are important. We get to look at the different aspects of the building through different phases, and it just keeps a watchdog eye on the contractor and the subcontractors to make sure that they're following the plans, and public safety is our #1 concern.
Shoreline residents are very involved and want to have a say in their vision for the community. This is reflected in long-range planning. Planning staff work directly with the Planning Commission, a citizens advisory board to the City Council, as well as with citizens advisory committees in order to involve them in decision-making. Some of the most visible services are provided by the Public Works Department. The Operations and Streets Maintenance Division keeps the city's roadways, sidewalks, signage, vegetation, rights-of-way, and storm drainage systems in good repair.
The road was just overlaid, and what we're doing is Seattle City Light came in and raised one of their vaults, so what we're doing is we're going to put new hot mix around it to match the new road grade.
Our in-house streets crew, which includes 8 full-time employees, is responsible for maintaining approximately 340 miles of streets. Routine maintenance involves repaving or road overlay, striping and painting lane markings, and patching and repairing potholes. The crew is also responsible for installing and repairing signs, gravel shouldering, right-of-way mowing, and street tree maintenance.
In the city, we currently have 1,045 stop signs. We are switching over to metal posts. Currently, wood posts last about 10 years, and metal posts help to reduce costs and last quite a bit longer.
One of the ways the city examines efficiency is by comparing ourselves to neighboring cities. Look at how Shoreline's number of public works employees compares to other cities. Shoreline is near the bottom. We maximize taxpayer dollars by using a combination of contracted services and in-house staff. We are always looking for opportunities to reduce costs and improve services. For example, a few years ago, the city purchased a street sweeper, which has not only improved our level of service and reduced costs, but it has also improved our water quality. We're able to sweep the major arterials once every 3 weeks and residential streets twice a year, which amounts to more than 2,500 lane miles annually.
My first experience with Public Works is when we started working with them on the Fremont Trail. And Public Works really worked with our neighborhood as far as our input, what we wanted to do, They helped us maneuver through the mini grant program with the city, so we planted native plants, and so we have this wonderful Fremont Trail. It's great to see people out there in their walkers using it and the little kids on their trikes, so it really is a little gem in our neighborhood that we wouldn't have if Public Works hadn't worked with us on that.
The Surface Water Division, along with the street crew, manages the city's entire surface water infrastructure, guarding against flooding and protecting and enhancing water quality and habitat.
So today I'm collecting some samples at the lake for ambient monitoring. We monitor out here once a month at all of the lakes and streams in Shoreline, just to kind of get a feel for what the water quality is like, what it's doing. Is it getting better or is it getting worse? And are the programs that we're implementing actually working?
They're responsible for maintaining approximately 150,000 ditches and inspecting city and privately owned stormwater facilities.
The purpose of these facilities is for water management, and that means during a big storm we want to make sure that large quantities of water don't rush into the streams. In urban environments, one of our big issues is dealing with a large influx of water. Residents may be familiar with Ronald Bog having flooding issues. Well, some of these newer facilities really keep water from rushing in, and it sort of lessens flooding.
When the rains come, they ensure that our stormwater system is in good working order. They clear and install catch basins, add capacity where needed, and install berms to safely channel water.
We have over 7,500 catch basins throughout the city that we usually routinely maintain with the use of our street sweeper and a Vector truck that we contract out. But for some of the catch basins that we have, like with the curb inlet catch basins that you see there, the street sweeper can't get into those, so those we have to hand clean.
Within our Community Services Division is our Customer Response Team, also known as CRT. CRT responds to a wide range of concerns, including illegal dumping, emergency road closures, handling temporary patching of gravel shoulders or roads, and graffiti and tagging on both city and private property.
The Customer Response Team was created in order to give the City of Shoreline citizens direct access to city services. We are on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. If you have a problem or complaint, call the Customer Response Team. We're here to help you.
This team of 4 full-time employees is responsible for providing our residents with a one-stop shop for questions, concerns, and complaints.
Well, the Customer Response Team has helped me out in many ways over the last 10 years that I've lived in Shoreline. When I moved into my neighborhood, we had deferred maintenance in a right-of-way. We had people camping in a parking lot next to us. My property actually flooded every time it rained, and I called the City of Shoreline and they were able to pretty much resolve all the issues I had.
The Customer Response Team of Shoreline is concerned with neighborhood safety and also the quality of life of the neighborhood. So if you have a down stop sign, something that's blocking sidewalks, anything that has to do with quality of life or safety of the citizens, just call 801-2700 and the folks will be out in a very short time.
A key function for CRT is responding to code enforcement violations. Most violations are generated from citizens who call them in. However, many are life safety issues that are observed by staff. CRT is successful in resolving approximately 90% of all violations through voluntary compliance. One of the top 5 code enforcement issues is abandoned vehicles on public rights-of-way. In the last 3 years, more than 3,700 vehicle complaints have been resolved. To keep our communities safe and protected, these operational divisions have a role in responding to a variety of citywide emergencies, 24 hours a day. The street crew and customer response team work together to respond to wind and snowstorms as well as localized flooding. Our crews work hard to serve the Shoreline community, and they take pride in keeping our neighborhoods safe and in good condition. Every dollar of taxpayers' money spent right here in Shoreline is an investment in Shoreline's future. The investment made through our operational divisions has helped to create a #1 community in the Seattle region.